Hey folks, Sandamtod here, back again, doing a little gameplay. It's a game I picked up at the pawn shop. Same time I picked up Portal 2. It's a game called Wolverine Origins, the Uncaged Edition. Now, I don't know if there's another edition, but this one is probably the bloodiest game I've seen in a long time for hand-to-hand fighting and stuff. I'm surprised that Marvel put it out. I mean, usually they try to make stuff, pretty family friendly so they can sell to kids as well as adults. And, the games usually reflect that. They're usually a little bit cartoony and a little bit, aimed toward kids as well as adults. And, they usually fit the niche pretty good. But, excuse me, this one's just one of those that, I was just way surprised how far they took some of the damage he takes, as well as what he does to some of these people in these cinemas and stuff, as far as like blood and stuff goes, because it's just like pretty brutal. I love it. It's pretty cool. I mean, I was really kind of surprised though. I remember twice on this very first level, I just literally like going, God damn, when he did something, because it was just crazy, how much, they showed. Like, part of it's right here. This part right here, I think, is pretty brutal. Yeah, I mean, look at that, and the blood spray and everything. I mean, it's just crazy. And here he is. It looks like he's got the metal claws. I think he's in the future and he doesn't really remember who he is or what's going on. And then they flash backward to start off the gameplay. But look at that. You see through a hole in his body that's kind of healing up. I'll try to cough away from the microphone because I'm sure it'll peek out. It's kind of a big cinema to open it up. I could have skipped some of it, but I was pretty wowed by the amount of blood and stuff in it, so I thought I'd let it play. I don't know, like I said, if you have played this. I'd heard of it. I remember hearing some reviews about it, just saying it was a great beat-em-up style, kind of like, God of War, just, slaughtering groups of guys at once, kind of, type of thing, with no real regard to your own life bar, because you're pretty much going to survive anything except maybe some boss fights or something. Yeah, you can use the environment too to kill some guys. It's a little tricky. I don't do it that often. Basically, there's this one lunge move that I do all the time, and then there's a couple other little moves, but I haven't really played it past this first level. I basically reached like a halfway point. No, I did reach the end of the first level and into the second level. That's right. I don't in this video though, but it's pretty crazy. Like right here. They actually have you falling out of a helicopter. I was like, are they really going to do this? Is he really going to go all the way down with no parachute? And, I mean, he's pretty damaged, but he's not as damaged as I thought he should be for that kind of terminal velocity speed. He pops his shoulder back and you can see his ribs and shit. And it just goes right into it, and you just start slaughtering away on guys. Basically, it's one of those XXY games, you just pound an XXX or XXY, and, utilizing your strong and weak attack over and over, some jump moves. The lunge is pretty cool. You can do it before they show you how to do it, but, just all the, like, there I lunged at the guy. I love that move. These guys, sorry, there's not much you can really say about it. I mean, those guys have, like, machetes and stuff are going at you, and, It is. It's just one of those where they keep pouring out of somewhere. You don't know where they're coming from. Kind of reminds me of like Gauntlet or something. Like there's a generator that's putting them out, and you got to destroy the house or whatever the enemies are coming out of. Eventually, get them to quit swarming you. I mean, you do have a life bar if you look at it upper left. There's a kind of a health bar. The heart is really your health bar. The red bar to the right is more of a stamina bar, and then the orange bar is like your special move, kind of berserker bar that you fill up by killing enemies. It gives you like experience. There's a leveling up system as well, and I don't really understand it. I kind of skipped it in this playthrough because it really wasn't worth showing. But there is some kind of leveling up, kind of like on God of War, where you could level up some of your weapons and learn different moves and stuff. I think some of that exists on this. I love that lunge. I love it. He basically automatically pops his claws and pops them back in. You don't really control that. That's one thing I like to do, nervously as I'm playing games like this. Like maybe pressing down on the left joystick would pop them in and out or something, but they just kind of pop automatically on this game. Sounds like they use Hugh Jackman from the movies for the voice. I think they use the same guy for Victor from the movie for the voice. A lot of gunfire. The color's a little bit misleading here. I mean, it looks a little bit bright, and sometimes you can kind of lose track of your character a little bit. It's not that bad when you're actually playing it. It just kind of came off that way with the camera. A little bit bright in spots. You have this feral sense that allows you to basically highlights what you need to do next in a different color, so you can kind of see, oh, I gotta jump up there and grab this ledge or whatever. It kind of leads you in if you're stuck, which is kind of cool. Shimmy up the rope. You get kind of a nice kind of a lead in to the game here on this gameplay that I did. It's not I don't even reach the first boss. I basically reach the first objective, which is to find the downed helicopter. Sometimes it'll do that where it'll do like a slow motion kill kind of thing. I don't really know what triggers it. There probably is something. I'm just too impatient to actually figure out what it is. Now this part is funny. It's kind of one of them, I forget what they're called, where you got to hit the buttons as they pop them up on the screen to do a quick time event. That's it. Right here, I didn't understand this. He sticks the dude's head in there, and the blood's purple. I was like, why is it red everywhere else, but on that one shot when he sticks the dude's head up and the helicopter blades, it's purple? I couldn't figure it out. I was like, are they really trying to tone it down here by making it purple? I mean, or is that just something that was missed, or what? Who knows? I don't mind quick time events. I'm not, they don't bother me is what I'm saying. Some people, they bother one way or another. Either they like them or they don't. I kind of don't mind them, to break up a little bit of the monotony, especially in a game like this, where it's mainly just slash, 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 jump, avoid getting hit, block, This guy kind of shows up to be a little mini badass out of the blue. I'm pretty bad about blocking. I don't like to block. I'd rather run and do that, jump away from the guy than actually hold the block. But that guy will set you on fire, so you take damage if you block anyway. So it's kind of crazy. Okay, here's some more of these machete guys. I think I used some of the environment here to kill a couple of them. Yeah, there we go. Spike on the floor. There's spikes on the walls and stuff too. You can like throw them into. It's pretty cool. I thought the environment and the scale of everything, the way it looks, is really graphically. It was pretty cool. The character even looks a lot like Hugh Jackman and stuff, and voice sync is pretty good. So here's some of the special moves you can do. That's one of them, the claw twirl or whatever, and the other one's like some kind of berserker rage thing. I think I do it here in a little bit, just to kind of give you an idea. I feel like I gotta fill every second with some kind of commentary, or you're gonna get bored, but you're probably bored listening to it anyway. So there are some little like special items you can find. The reason why you don't see them when I'm playing through this, or there's a couple areas that I kind of start to go into and then I turn around, is because I already got the special items and it saved it already. This is kind of cool. Another kind of this is more of a cinema than a QuickTime event. They start cutting this bridge. Just out of the reach of the guy. I'm sitting there swinging and swinging. I'm going to keep missing. I thought this was pretty cool, scaling up this bridge when it fell down. So this is my type of game. This is the type of game that I'm usually pretty good about getting a ways into and finishing, because it's laid out. It's in chunks, kind of mission chunks, and it's basically just kicking some ass. Beat 'em up style, with some different flare moves and stuff, and just kicking some bosses' asses at the end of the levels and stuff. I'm pretty, like I said, Dante's Inferno was pretty awesome. The God of War games are good. There are other games, but I mean, I have a 360, so I haven't played God of War 3 or some of those, but there I am coughing on the other thing. I should cough now and we get like double cough. I went and recorded this first and then I do the commentary second, so I can really kind of watch what I'm doing instead of trying to come up with witty stuff on the fly. I just hold down the button until it gets within range and then lunge at the guy. Sometimes I forget and I'll remember, oh yeah, I can grab guys, so I'll like hit that a bunch in a row and grab like 3 or 4 guys, but a lot of times I forget. Look at this whole middle section is just rotted out. Starts growing back kind of slow there. Now the sides are filling in. It's just funny to watch it kind of regenerate. Here he is pretty much regenerated because it's a cinema. I leveled up. What they call leveling up or whatever. Like I said, I don't really think you have stat points, but it's more like learning combos and things like that. A lot of these dudes with the machetes on this level, especially early on the level, and guys with AK-47 guns and stuff, semi-automatic weapons. Turn the camera. There we go. But it's a fun game. I haven't made it super far. The first level wasn't that hard, and I think it kind of follows the movie. The movie wasn't that great. A lot of people don't like what they did with Deadpool and stuff at the end of it. I don't care either way because I haven't followed comic books in a while, so you know, what I found kind of ludicrous was that Deadpool had a 3-foot-long sword come out of his arm, but he wouldn't be able to bend at the elbow if that was the case. So I thought that was kind of funny. But I don't know. I like the Gambit aspect of having Gambit in it, and how Logan kind of lost his memory at the end, and you know, the backstory I thought was cool. You know, I don't really understand, you know, because I've read the Origins book. If Victor Creed is supposed to be, you know, Wolverine's brother, for, you know, half brother for real, you know, or what? They kind of made it out in the Origins book that it was this other character called Dog, but he looked pretty much exactly like Victor Creed, you know, Sabretooth, but they, you know, they never call him that in the comic. But, you know, I don't know. I haven't followed it in recent times enough to know whether or not that's the case, so I don't know if Sabretooth is his half-brother or not, but I think it's a good angle. I mean, if he is, you know, it's kind of a different... Something I never would have thought back in the day would have been the case, but, you know, who knows? I mean, technically, his name isn't James Howlett anyway, because if his dad was Logan, the groundskeeper, then his name is James Logan. So he's not really a Howlett anyway, because his mother was married to, you know, his dad, who was Howlett, but, or his, you know, quote unquote dad. But if it wasn't really his dad, then his last name would have been Logan. So. That's kind of the case too. You don't know whether his dad was really his dad or whether it was Logan, you know, who was supposed, which makes Sabretooth his half brother, based on the movies and stuff. You know, I think they took the origin that Marvel came up with, modified it slightly to make it more mainstream with more recognizable characters, making it blatantly Sabretooth and Victor Creed instead. But you know, I don't know. We're getting close to the end here. I kind of nerded out on comic book stuff for a minute, but you know, some people didn't like this movie, and they didn't you know, care for some of it. I thought it was pretty good, but I think this game pretty much follows it. So
I bet you thought you were lucky.
Yeah. So this is kind of where I sign it off. You find the helicopter, and
this is Logan checking in.
He's checking in with the Stryker.
Why am I not surprised?
I'm at the site now, sir. The pilot's here, but he's dead. There's no sign of the rest of the team.
They parachuted out but got scattered.
How's Victor, sir?
Your brother's fine.
I'm a pussy anymore, and I want to finish games, so I figured I'd make it as easy as possible, but I actually put it on easy, and
Goes for a 1 out.
it was too easy.